Hello, my friends. How are you? Well, another Sunday, another episode of The Gospel is Good News. What is the good news for today, my friends? The good news for today is Jesus is saying, stop thinking the way the world thinks. The world thinks that the more riches you amass, the happier you are. And Jesus says, look, it was written in the Old Testament, and I'm repeating it now. Life does not consist in how much money you have. Life is much more than that. And, Jesus says something which really struck me today. He says, this is what happens to people who amass riches, but they are not riches in the sight of God. They are not rich in the sight of God. So there is a richness which God would like us to have in our life, which is not material, but spiritual. God has designed for us to be totally transformed spiritually and to enrich us with an abundance of grace so that we can live a life of serenity, a life of meaning, a life of abundance, not in terms of money or assets, but in terms of spiritual gifts, spiritual giftedness, how much impact, positive impact, we are making on the world around us. So, my dear friends, today, Jesus is challenging you and warning you that covetousness is idolatry. Covetousness is nothing else but enemy number one, maybe enemy number two after Satan. But we have to be careful that we don't think that life is in adding and adding and adding material goods. Maybe also there is a kind of covetousness which is on the spiritual level. It's not how many books I read, it's not how many sermons I listen to, it's not how many hours I invest in prayer, but we have to be careful that we do everything in moderation. Everything in God is good, and God is the one that bestows riches. We cannot invent riches. Every grace that we receive is a free gift from God. And therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, today I just ask you to rejoice in the abundance of grace that God is giving you, so that your trust will not be in any personal, material, or even spiritual goodness, but will be totally based upon the finished work of Christ on the cross, so that we can rejoice in that kind of righteousness which God bestows freely on his children. God bless you, my friends.